What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Movies That Make You podcast, where movies are more than just entertainment. They're a catalyst for meaningful conversations. I'm Jonathan Sprang, and I go by Sprang. And most weeks we dive into movies to watch in preparation for a new release hitting theaters. But we don't stop there. We talk about the deeper ideas, the life lessons, and the morals that these films have to offer. This week we're talking Mission Impossible. We watched a few of the films to gear up for the final reckoning, but we're also going to rate the stunts from the Mission Impossible movies, all the ones that Tom Cruise did himself. We're going to rate them. We hope you'll jump over to our website and see all of our links. It's bio.site/moviesthatmakeyou. That's bio.site/moviesthatmakeyou. There you'll find all of our links to our Instagram, to each podcast stream, whether it's Apple or Spotify. You'll also find our Letterboxd link, which highlights the lists of movies that make you laugh, movies that make you cry, movies that make you scream, and everything in between. Before we dive into this week's episode, though, let's take a look at the next 4 weeks on the Movies That Make You podcast. Next week, we're doing The Karate Kid. Daniel LaRusso is back and Mr. Han is back. So we rewatched the original Karate Kid and also the Jaden Smith remake. So gonna have a lot of fun with that conversation. The new movie looks incredible. The week after that, Scott Raymond and Kevin Raymond are both going to be on to talk John Wick movies and female assassin movies to gear up for, within the John Wick universe, The Ballerina featuring Anna de Armas. We watched 5 female assassin movies plus all the John Wick movies, so we're going to have a lot of fun having that discussion. The week after that, it's going to be How to Train Your Dragon. We're going to spend one episode talking about the animated film and looking forward to what we're anticipating about the new live-action version. The week after that, the 28 series has a new installment coming out, so we're going to be discussing 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later in preparation for 28 Years Later. The Danny Boyle directed film, Cillian Murphy starred in 28 Days Later, is one of those films that just made a huge impact culturally, so we're excited to rewatch those and have that discussion. Hope those episodes excite you, so without further ado, let's get to the podcast.
We are back with another Movies That Make You podcast. I'm Ezekiel. We are going from oldest to youngest. Dear God, amen.
So I am Dad, and I am Sprang.
I'm Connor, I'm 15.
I'm Colton, and I'm 12.
Cool. What's with the tongue? How's everybody doing? Good. We are going to be talking about Mission Impossible movies today, all in preparation for Final Reckoning hitting theaters this Friday. When the 7th one came out, we watched the 6th prepping for it and then 7. So we didn't rewatch all of them. We just watched 5, 6, and 7 to remind ourselves for 8. So we might talk a little bit about the movies, but the bulk of today is just going to be on the stunts because Tom Cruise is a beast. Before we get into that, though, let's run it down. Connor, how's your week been?
It's good. I think last podcast, I had my old printer, and now I got a new one. So yeah, that's cool.
How are you liking it better?
It's way faster, but sometimes it feels like it's slow. I put something in the thing, and it says 2 hours, and I'm like, really, that long?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I compare it to my old one. It's faster, and I'm like, doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, for sure. Have any of your favorite prints that you've done since you got the new one?
Well, some stuff I don't know what to do. I think the car rims maybe.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're gonna set up an Etsy?
Yeah.
All right. Well, when you get that set up,
I have everything set up, but I just need to put the card info stuff.
Okay. We'll do that and get that set up, and we can send it out to everybody. Cool. Colton, how about you, buddy?
Oh, I have a lot to say.
Let's do it.
Band auditions are finished, so that's cool. But most importantly, the Revia side has sided with Cavalier and Bart, and we're going against Imperius and Tsukiyomi. So it's going to be insane. And then Ghidorah and what's his name? Come on. What's the other guy's name? This weird character from Solo Leveling are going to fight, and then it's gonna be crazy. And then Rayon got taken captive, and we're now taking his land, and I'm not even gonna say the rest, honestly. I don't think it'll be allowed on this podcast.
Because you might get found out that you've been giving trade secrets away?
No, it's like I'd get banned.
Oh, okay. From the game?
No, I'd get banned
from life?
I'm taking the people from that land. Since I don't have enough land to just keep them, they have to work without pay.
Slaves.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's banishment material. Exactly.
Wait a minute. Is this are you a communist? Are you a communist?
No, I'm democratic.
Then why are you making you work
Because
Does
they
your
don't have any more money.
Yeah,
So they have to
no,
work.
I have money. It's just while I'm taking over their land, I have nowhere to put them because like I don't have enough land to build.
It's crazy. Running the government's not as easy as you thought, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Zeke, how about you?
So life has been going good. Just good.
It sounds like it. You sound so good.
Okay, Dad, that's enough. My week has been great. From Easter to
To know?
Beaster.
Nice.
That's right. I'm the Beaster Bunny.
Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, did you guys do anything? Did you do anything fun for Easter?
No.
Did not do anything fun.
Nothing fun?
Aside from watch the Minecraft movie with my mother.
Nice. You
Then I
did
got
Pink house.
15 bucks and like a whole bunch of candy. That was pretty fun.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool. Well, my week's been pretty good. Got to see a movie Tuesday night with some buddies. I posted that on the Instagram, so you might have seen that one. Saw Sinners. And then tomorrow is my birthday.
Yeah.
So gonna have some fun this weekend. See a couple movies. One of them being the re-release of Revenge of the Sith. Star Wars Episode 3 is coming back to theaters for its 20th anniversary. So I'm gonna go see it on Sunday night. Looking forward to that too. But have tickets to see Sinners in 70mm IMAX for tomorrow night.
I
So
thought
that's gonna
you
be.
saw Sinners last night. Or
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it again because it's that
That good?
good. Yeah. And your mom didn't get to see it the first time, so taking her this time. And because 70mm IMAX is, you go to the IMAX screen and it's the full thing. We saw, I think we saw Infinity War there, or maybe it was Endgame. I think it was Endgame. We went to see it there. I don't know if you remember, but it was a huge, huge screen, like 4 stories tall. So pretty epic. So that'll be fun. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, also tickets to see Tina Fey and Amy Poehler on Saturday night. So they are doing a tour. There are a couple of comedy geniuses from Saturday Night Live and other films and TV. So excited to go see that too. That'll be fun. Cool, cool. All right. Before we jump into the stunts, let's talk a little bit about the movies. Does anybody have a favorite movie or a favorite storyline from all the Mission Impossible movies? Just one favorite outside of the stunts? What's up, Zeke?
My favorite was probably Grace. The Grace storyline. The
Oh.
Grace arc, if you will.
Okay, remind us what that was.
The Grace arc is basically Dead Reckoning 1. Just Dead Reckoning
Oh, okay.
1, and it's going to be the next one.
Okay, yeah. So tell us a little bit about why you liked her.
She is very charismatic, and she can get people to believe her, and yeah.
Okay, yeah. She was the one that was pickpocketing people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she ended up joining the IMF at the very end of the movie.
Yeah, she's a ghost. Like Ghost.
Similar. Yeah.
Get it? Because Ghost is the person is who can become a ghost and is from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Cool. Connor, how about you?
Probably the latest one we watched. Like the one before that, I don't know why, but it was really boring.
Really? The one with the helicopter chase and the...
No, not that one.
Not that one? The one
That
before
one was
that
good.
maybe?
I think it was the one before that one. That was
Okay.
not boring.
Gotcha. Cool. Colton, how about you? What's your favorite?
the one where they like had the virus on the plane.
Oh, okay. Yes, that was the virus. That was number 3, I think. Oh, no, that was number 2. Number 2. That was the virus. Where he had to have the girl that was like the stealer. Like she stole a lot of stuff, right?
What are you doing?
What's one? I'm
wiggling my ear.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you're number 1. You're number 1, baby.
Yeah.
You saw that? That's so tough.
No, it's not.
Nice. Cool. I think my favorite is actually number 6, Fallout. Henry Cavill plays the CIA agent that's been tasked with keeping up with Ethan Hunt and making sure that he follows the rules, and he ends up being the bad guy. And big, huge battle at the end. Pretty epic. A couple of really good stunts in that one. Just a quick rundown. Mission Impossible came out in 1996. I was in high school, the first one. I loved it. It like really got me excited about movies in general, but I really liked the mystery of it. I know we watched that one. It was a little confusing because it bounces around and it does some things with the editing that makes you weird. Like what are we doing? What are we at? Because it flashes back, or it like kind of does this alternate future where he's thinking of like what it might be like, and then it flashes back to where he's no, that's not what happened. And then so it's a little confusing first time through. But that's one of my favorites. And then Mission Impossible 2 came out in 2000, so 4 years later. and he climbs rocks and stuff in the beginning of that one. But that one was directed by John Woo, who was a big popular 90s action director. That was cool. Mission Impossible 3, we get J.J. Abrams comes in to be the director. It was his first feature film. He had done shows like Lost, Connor. He directed and created Lost, so he's a really good director. He also directed Star Wars The Force Awakens and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. So he's done a lot in film at this point now, but Mission Impossible 3 was his first feature film. And then we get 2011, we get Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. So that's Mission Impossible 4. 2015, we get Rogue Nation. That's when we get introduced to Rebecca Ferguson, who is Elsa, who is this other agent kind of undercover, but is always going against Ethan, but they never want to take each other down because they respect each other. And then we got Fallout. That introduces Henry Cavill. It also introduces Angela Bassett, who we're going to see in the new one. She had a picture up in the offices of the CIA in Dead Reckoning Part 1. But I see that she's actually going to be in The Final Reckoning. And then Dead Reckoning Part 1 came out in 2023. That one also introduced Grace, Haley Atwell, and it really set up this epic storyline of trying to stop an AI from causing havoc and destroying the world because it's predicting the future and it's dictating the future and it's kind of taking control of all of technology, so you don't know what's real and what's not. So it's basically the 2023 version of 2025 where we're all scared of AI. So now
I'm not scared of AI.
Yes.
You
now,
should be.
Coming out this year, we've got The Final Reckoning, which is the final Mission Impossible film. One of the big key things about these films is especially starting with the second one, but he did do a stunt in the first one that's on our list. But starting in the second one, he did some of these epic stunts, and he's doing them himself. For the audience, he does use the safety equipment that a stunt person would use. It's just that the actors don't normally do those stunts because there's a fear that they're going to get hurt and then they're going to get, have to stop filming and all that stuff. Actually, in one of the films, and that was Fallout, he's being chased, and he jumps from one building to the next, and he hits his leg on the roof, breaks his foot, ends up having to put the production on hold for a few months so he can heal. So there is a consequence to him doing his own stunts, but for us as the audience, it's just super epic to see him doing his own stunts. So that's a little bit background of Mission Impossible. Lots of fun. I really like the stories. So let's get into it. Here we go. We have seven choices here. Everybody did their top 5. All the boys did their top 5. I ranked them based on how many times it was voted and at what level it was on each list. And then I also did, we have 2 that only have 1 vote. And so those are at the bottom. So 5 with multiple votes, 2 with 1 vote. And 1 vote is the Japan bungee.
I knew it.
Was that yours, Connor?
So the only reason why I chose that one is because the scenery. It looks so cool.
That's okay. It's okay that you liked something that nobody else liked. We're not. It's not a competition. You liked it, and that's awesome. But yeah, so tell us a little bit about the stunt.
What I saw from the video we watched, he jumped off. He had a zip line and he just jumped off, and then he flew to another building and landed on his back. Did he actually do that?
So they did it in a couple cuts. So the one cut we saw was him standing on the building. The camera zooms out and he runs and jumps off the building. He had a harness and he's strapped to things, so he's not going to die, but he still did that jump. And then he also did the swing from that building to the other building, and then they did a cut, and then they do other things to make it so that he's safe and he's not actually going to break his back by falling on the ground. But
yeah,
he did all those pieces like a stuntman might do, but he did them. Yeah. But can you imagine running and jumping off that building like that?
That'd be scary.
That does bring up another movie we did a podcast on a few weeks ago. That is Thunderbolts. This has just recently come out, but by the time this airs, it doesn't matter. We've already seen it. But Florence Pugh, Black Widow's sister, she jumps off the second tallest building in the world. Pretty crazy.
What building is that?
I don't remember the name of the building. I could look it up real quick.
Did you know that Mr. Beast climbed the tallest building in the world in Dubai?
Yes.
Did you know that Tom Cruise climbed up on the outside of the building with a harness? It is.
Tallest building?
Yes. Merdeka 118 in Malaysia. That's the second tallest building in the world. So she jumped off of that. It is 227 feet tall.
Yeah, you see
That's like
that
taller
one
than
right
me.
there. That's so tall.
So that will come back in another discussion about tall buildings. But yes, Merdeka 118 is the second tallest building in the world, and Florence Pugh jumped off of it. Yeah, her insurance didn't want her to do it, but she begged Kevin Feige to let her do it, and they did. Pretty cool. All right, anybody else want to comment on the Japan bungee jump? Anybody else think it was cool?
No.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Yeah, it was Mission Impossible 3. So it's kind of the introduction to some of these stunts. All right, the next one, only one vote by Colton, is the motorcycle jump into a parachuting off.
I'm
Nobody
the
else had that on
only
their
one.
list.
That
Yeah.
one, it was just
Well-
like, I feel like it's kind of easy to do. That's why.
So you think that you could go onto a mountain like 3,000 feet in the sky and motorcycle up a ramp, flip, and then pull your
doesn't-
parachute?
I don't think he flips.
He didn't flip, but still jumped.
You can't do that.
I think I could. I don't think it's that.
But here's the thing.
What if
All these
there's-
other stunts, they have harnesses, they have ropes, they have safety equipment. The only thing he had was his parachute. So unlike these other stunts where he's doing a stunt, this one he actually did exactly what's in the movie. He jumped a helicopter off of a
Well-
mountain and then
Actually, it's mine.
flew, glided, and pulled his parachute at the last second.
But they made a ramp out of
Well,
wood.
yeah, they made a ramp, so it'd be easier to make the jump and make the mountain taller. What's up, Zeke? Why are you raising your hand so high?
Because I got high hopes for the living. So, Colton, you aren't the only one who put your motorcycle thing on the tier list. I got my own special tier, the motorcycle
Oh, yeah.
tier.
By the way, I'm the
We're the
only one.
epicest,
He's talking.
awesomest, bestest, best of bestie, awesomest one.
What does all that mean?
And it did not get that one. It got 6.
Cool. So, Colton, you want to say anything more about the stunt that you liked it? Why you liked it?
No, it's just I don't think Connor could do that.
No, he'd have to learn how to ride a motorcycle first.
I kind of know how to. Kind of. So we're going to ride the dirt bikes during summer.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
What I know is there's a shifter that goes on your foot, and I think you click down and up, and you pull the clutch.
Yep. When it has a clutch, the clutch is usually on the left side. What's on the right side?
That
How does
should-
the gas work? You turn the handle, and that does the gas, and then you handbrake. Pretty crazy. All right, cool. Now we are to our number 5 on the list. This had 2 votes, one at number 4 and one at number 5, and that is Mission Impossible 1, the rope fall and being stopped 1 inch from the ground. All right, so this is from Mission Impossible 1. Tom Cruise gets basically free falls in this room, and then the cable stops him right before he hits the ground. Zeke, why don't you go first? What put this on your list?
It's just like he was so close. Seriously. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah. Connor, how about you?
I don't know. I just think it's just a cool stunt because that's really hard to the core strength you have to hold your legs and arms like that. It's hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And this becomes one of the most epic movie scenes of all time. Even if it's not at the top of a stunt list, it's still so recognizable. And it came out in 1996, and still to this day, it's seen in a lot of just that moment in general. You see it in a lot of clips and stuff for awesome movie scenes. So pretty cool. But yeah, it was definitely one of my favorites just because it's the first one, and it's the first time you're seeing kind of this. They've got to go steal something. How are they going to do it? And they come up with this really crazy, elaborate plan to do it. So pretty cool. All right. Who's ready for number 4?
Me.
Number 4 is when he climbed and used the ropes to Burj Khalifa. Number 4. Colton, you had this at number 1, right? No, you didn't have it number. You had it number 2. Zeke, you had it at number 1,
Yeah.
right? What's that, Colton?
Motorcycle is one, right?
Yeah, motorcycle's 1. Yep. So tell us a little bit, Colton. Why is this one climbing the building on your list?
Because it's the tallest building in the world, and you're it's just your hands and some Spider-Man glove things. I don't know what they are, and then you're just climbing. and all you have is a harness that could break.
Zeke, what about you?
It looked so cool, and it was good.
Why are we doing all the faces, buddy?
I don't know.
Because you're awkward? You're feeling awkward?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah, so one of the things about that one, and it did come up in the video we watched, but he was having a conversation with Matt Damon, and Matt Damon was like, hey, that when you climb that building, tell me what went into that? And he said, well, we came up with this stunt, and we had the safety guy, and the safety guy said, you can't do it. So we got a new safety guy that said we could do it. And Matt Damon was basically saying that story to say, yeah, I'm a guy that I listen to the safety guy, and I go, hey, safety guy said we can't do it, so sorry, I'm out. Tom Cruise is one that says, no, we're going to find somebody that lets us do it. So pretty crazy. But I mean, I saw a clip recently too where he's talking to the other cast members about this stunt, and they're just like, I remember when you were just out there playing around, like, because he's all strapped to the ropes and swinging and stuff outside of this building, just kind of getting comfortable being in the space. And it was just kind of crazy for them to see him being so casual about this really scary stunt. So pretty awesome. Definitely one of the better stunts in the series for sure. All right. Next, number 3 for Mission Impossible 2, the free climbing, rock climbing at the very beginning of the movie. All 3 of you have this on your list. At 3, and at 5. So let's see. Zeke, why don't you go first? Why is this one so impressive to you?
2 words. Rock climbed. Good.
Sigma!
That was 3 words, but okay. Colton, how about you?
Because, again, he was climbing like a really tall mountain, and he only had a harness that could break. And, like, you know, that the mountain could, like, the rocks could fall, and he could have, like, not been paying attention, maybe because he was looking at the camera or something, and then he could fall to his death.
Why are you yelling?
Death?
What about you, Connor?
I don't know. I think the jump was pretty cool. Like, how did he not break his knee on that one?
I know.
It's
well,
like
he landed
rock.
on his foot instead of on his ankle, but yeah.
I have a question. Who broke the streak?
Zeke.
Which streak?
2 people put it on 3 and 1 put it on 5.
Imagine it was you.
Oh, no, you did.
Yeah.
You had it number 5.
Wait a minute. That does not sound.
Yep. It was. Cool. Yeah, it's a really cool stunt. I mean, it's less kind of glamorous as like something like climbing the Burj Khalifa, but it is him free climbing, and he does that in his like free time. He likes to do that anyway. So to do that in the film and kind of show it off a little bit. Actually, they said that he tore his shoulder when he jumped from the one side of the rock to the other. So he got injured and had to get that fixed, or at least iced, so he could get back to work. But pretty crazy, putting his life on the line, putting his body on the line so we could have a good time and laugh and fun.
I have another idea why that could be really dangerous. Because what if he jumped, broke his arm, and his left arm, or broke both of his arms? He couldn't even pull the parachute. He would die.
Well, in that one, he didn't have a parachute at all. He just had the ropes, and no safety net either. But the director couldn't even watch it. He was like, I don't want to see this. So he shot it, but he didn't watch it. He had the director of photography taken over at that point. Cool. All right. Our number 2 is the helicopter chase in Mission Impossible 6 Fallout. So he has to go chase after Henry Cavill, who's getting away in one helicopter. He jumps on a rope for the second helicopter, climbs the rope when he gets all the way to the top. And I remember seeing this in the theater, and the camera being such like what you'd see on YouTube, like a mounted camera, and it just looks so realistic. And then he goes to reach for something, and then he falls down and catches on the package that they were carrying with them. Connor, what put this one so high on your list? Because it was number 1 for you.
Whenever he fell, whenever he went under, I thought he was dead, but then he like came out, and I was like, oh, okay.
Sigma.
Crazy. What about you, Colton?
2 things. To match what Connor said, the boring thing about having like a movie that already has like prequels and ever movies out of it is you pretty much know they're not gonna die because they have more movies with them on the headlines. So it's like it's kind of annoying watching a movie and it looks like they're gonna die and then like, oh wait, no, there's a second one. I'm like, yeah, they're not dead because they have to live to the second one.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
But there's still a level of suspense when you're watching it where you feel the fall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But yeah. You know the movie's coming, but how is he going to get out of this situation? That's the fun for me that I find in movies.
this is my number 3 because
What's with the tongue?
because this is like a hard stunt, and this stunt is not just like CGI of him falling. It's literally he's falling. He's falling to his death, and he's like really like spinning and stuff. If you can catch on to that, that's crazy.
Yeah, they said they did it like 5 or 6 times, and he like missed the package down below multiple times. So yeah, had to do it a bunch. Pretty crazy. Zeke, what about you? Why was this so high on your list?
I'm falling. Oh,
Sigma.
it was so fun.
Oh, what I liked was at the start, whenever or I think this is a Fallout, he was getting married to that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the bomb went off, I was like, oh my, because it looked like Fallout 4 when we were standing above the vault, and then boom, just goes off.
Yeah. All right, here we are at our number 1. This one shocks me, guys. This one shocks me. So it's number 1, but it was on all your lists at number 2, and number 3. It wasn't anybody's number 1, but because it was higher ranked and all 3 of you voted, it gets to be number 1 on our list.
Can you not tell me? So I know
Sure.
I need to guess.
Okay.
Number 2.
Don't look at your phones.
I don't remember.
It's the bungee jumping one, isn't it?
Oh, we already did that one.
No,
I thought there was 2 though.
Mm-mm.
Wait, no.
Tell me.
Any guesses, Connor?
I thought it was gonna be the Fallout one, but no.
Nope. It is the underwater one.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
underwater for. What are you doing, buddy?
I was doing that one thing. From that one thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he did. He held his breath. At this point, he had the record for holding your breath the longest as an actor in a movie scene. In the movie, it's only like 5 minutes, but to shoot the film and to shoot it underwater with all the other camera people holding their breath also, they had to get, like, they couldn't use oxygen tanks or anything because the bubbles would show in the shots. And so even the camera people had to hold their breath. So he would have to get into place, then everybody would have to get out of the water, and then they'd start shooting. So he had to hold his breath longer than anybody else in the shoot. He did have Rebecca Ferguson hold her breath a long time too, but it wasn't the number 1. But he had the longest breath holding for any actor for a film. What's up, Connor?
So, like, the cameramen were kind of like by the wall. What if they attached a tube that just went to the wall?
Yeah, they could have done that. I don't know.
And then there was a tank behind the wall or something.
Yeah. I just remember they couldn't use oxygen tanks like scuba diving tanks because they have bubbles that come out. What were you going to say?
All I was going to say is I think that's why there's so many cuts in the thing because the cameramen have to go up and get air.
Yeah.
Because they're not trained to do that.
Yep. Anybody want to take a guess at what other water movie had an actor or actress beat Tom Cruise's record? Water is in the title. And
Underwater.
Recently.
We watched it recently.
No.
Oh.
Underwater.
What do you think, Zeke?
Riz.
Okay. Connor?
Underwater.
No, not underwater. We watched it in the theaters 2 years ago.
Oh, I thought we didn't watch it.
No, he asked if we watched it recently, and I said nope. Avatar: The Way of Water.
No, don't tell.
What?
Yeah. Kate Winslet, the one that played the mom, that was one of the Avatar people, water people. She was the mom, and so she held her breath and she beat Tom Cruise's record.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool. That's kind of a nice little plug, though, because Avatar: Ash and Fire comes out this December, and so we'll be watching the first 2 again before we see that one. It's gonna be crazy.
They would be really good at basketball because they're like as tall as the rim.
What was that?
They'd be really good at basketball because they're like as tall as the rim. Yeah,
Do you remember they played basketball in the first
Yeah,
one?
that's what I was thinking.
But they had the rim at like 14 feet.
15, yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so I have to give my honorable mention because I'm really surprised no one had this on their list. But in Mission Impossible 4, he's hanging off the side of the plane as the plane takes off. And that
I
was
was gonna put
so
that.
I was
crazy.
thinking about
epic.
that, but I don't know. I was
It was
think
so crazy.
I was thinking about replacing that with the Japan one, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't
That
know
was
why
a
that
pretty
didn't
crazy
make
one.
the list. I was just so
And I also think, I mean, in Fallout, the Halo jump is epic. I mean, it's not like super flashy from like a visual standpoint, but they had to design the helmet to show his face because they wanted to make sure everybody knew this is Tom Cruise. He's really doing this. Again, no ropes, no safety, just him really doing a Halo jump for the film. So that's pretty wild. I think those are the two honorable mentions, I would say. Lots of really good stunts in these movies. Lots of fun action in the movies as well. And if you like mysteries, it's always good mystery as well. So any other thoughts on Mission Impossible?
not really.
All
It's a
right.
good movie.
Good movies. Go out, see it this weekend, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Or next weekend.
Sometime.
Okay.
Go see it. Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, just a reminder, you can check out all of our links at bio.site/moviesthatmakeyou. Drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. But until next time, keep watching movies.